Hi, my name is Melanie Bunk and this is Dragon. Today we're going to be talking about vital signs. When you first look at your horse, they should be alert with bright eyes, looking around. Their coat should be shiny, not dull. Depending on things like their age, where they live, and their nutrition can also factor into these appearances. One of the first things we want to check just to make sure our horse is healthy is their capillary refill time. So to find their capillary refill time, we're going to use their mucous membranes, which are located on the inside of the eye and on their gums. Normally they should be moist and a light pink. If they're white or red brick colored, that means that there's a problem. As you can see, his are pink and moist. To take their capillary refill time, you press your thumb into the gums. The color should return in 1 to 2 seconds. If it doesn't, that can indicate dehydration, and you want to make sure your horse is getting fluids. Another way you can test for your horse's dehydration is with a skin pinch. So take a skin pinch, all you do is take a chunk of skin off their neck, pull it up, and let it go. It should return in less than a second. If it doesn't, your horse can be dehydrated. Next, we're going to check their pulse. Normal pulse rate standing is 32 to 44 beats per minute. That may depend on if the horse has been worked or if they're just standing, but that's their normal standing rate is what it should be at. To find the pulse, there's one behind the jaw, the major artery here. You can take it by taking 2 fingers and finding it, and then you're going to, once you find and can feel pulses, you're going to count you're going to use a stopwatch and count how many pulses there are in 15 seconds. So he had 8. Then you're going to multiply that number times 4 to get your 60 seconds beats per minute. 8 times 4 is 32. So he's right around the normal rate. You can also find the pulse behind the knee. This is their radial pulse. And you can also find it down underneath their fetlock. That's called the digital pulse. If there is a digital pulse, that means there is something in the leg that's not right, and you should check for heat and swelling. Next, we're going to find heart rate. The heart rate is found right behind the shoulder. You want to find the chest wall and listen there. Again, we're going to use a stopwatch, record for 15 seconds, and multiply by 4. Normal heart rate is 32 to 44 beats per minute. Depending on things like stress level, pain level, it could be higher. If they've just been worked, it'll be higher. But right now, we're just going to get the standing rate as he's just standing here. You're going to take a stethoscope and go right behind the shoulder, elbow. In 15 seconds, I counted 10 beats, so 10 times 4 is 40. So his standing rate is about 40 beats per minute. The next thing we're going to check is the respiration rate. Respiration rate is taken by watching the flank rise and fall as the horse takes a breath. Normal respiration rate is 8 to 16 breaths per minute. If the respiration rate is higher than the pulse, then you're at an inverted respiration rate, and you should call your vet. To take it, we're going to watch the flank rise and fall for 15 seconds. After watching for 15 seconds, I got 4 breaths. We're going to take that, multiply it by 4 to get 16. That's his breaths per minute, and which is in normal range. The next vital we're going to check for is gut sounds. The gut sounds is taken in the back half of the barrel. You're going to do 2 quadrants on each side, an upper and a lower. You take the gut sounds by just simply placing your ear against their barrel and listening for sounds in each of the 4 quadrants. Gut sound should be a constant, normal running sound. Anything more than that or less, if there are no sounds, it could indicate a problem such as colic. You want there to be just a little bit of noise, not too much. The last vital sign we're going to check for is temperature. Normal temperature is 99.5 to 101.5. The temperature is taken by using Vaseline and a digital thermometer. If you have a mercury thermometer, you want to hold it upside down and shake it until the mercury is below 98 degrees. You also want a string on it with a clip to clip to their tail so you don't lose the thermometer while you're taking their temperature. If you have a mercury thermometer, you want to leave it in for 2 minutes and then check the temperature. With the digital one, it'll beep when it's done. So take the thermometer and dip it in Vaseline and turn it on. When you insert the thermometer, you want to do it slowly so that the horse knows what you're doing, and then you're going to wait until it beeps. His temperature is 98, which is okay considering that it's about 20 degrees outside. It is a little cooler out. He doesn't have a blanket on, and he's just standing. So now that we've checked all of our vital signs, we know that he's a healthy horse. And these are just some of the ways that you can do it, that your vet's going to do it when they come to visit.